looking at Halifax on Saturday, think about that first half. Both teams were going at each other. Although it was disappointing to go in at half-time a goal down, the game really turned on that spell just after the interval, didn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the first half it could have gone either way. I thought both teams were doing all right. Yes, we went 1-0 down, which was obviously disappointing, but we felt we was in the game. And of course, we're all ready to come out and give it a go. But unfortunately, right from the kick-off, we made a poor mistake, really. And they ended up getting their goal. And then at 2-0, of course, people have got their energy and they've got their wits about them, and they're happy to be 2-0 straight after half-time, because they'd have known we would have tried to come at them. And then at that point, we let the third one in, which was demoralising for everybody on and off the pitch. It then took a little bit of time to get us to get going. We were giving passes away, and we were not quite. No, well, we was not quite. We were nowhere near our game at that point. Obviously, I had to make substitutions. We stuck on 3 strikers, and it got us a little bit of momentum back, and come back to 3-2, and Keelan had the last chance of the game where he hit it over the top when we had 8 players in the penalty area. So, but anyway, at the end of the day, Halifax looked a good team on the day, and we just we was only out there for 45 minutes of the first half, and probably 5 minutes at the end of the second half. So yeah, disappointing, but they looked a good team on the day.
It must be incredibly frustrating that obviously in the last 3 games they've all been lost by a single goal, and a lot of these games turning on one moment. How much do you think confidence is playing a part in this at the moment?
Well, obviously it does. I mean, confidence is massive in any job, certainly in sport, and you have to fight through it. You've got to get through it, and you've got to hope that you get that little bit of luck where somebody in the opposition makes that mistake that you made, like we made in the start of the second half, and it puts you 1-0 up, and then you can gain and grow in confidence from that, and that's really where we need to be.
And when the going gets tough, sides look to their leader, so therefore it was a real boost to see Asa back out on the pitch on Saturday, wasn't it?
It was. We'd much prefer to play the lads that are coming back from injury in a couple of reserve games or something, but at the moment, because of numbers, we're sort of needing to bring people in immediately to get them game time. And obviously, I had a chat with him and said, was you okay? I took you off because I thought your race was run, and he agreed. So same as Moxie, because he's been playing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and so always, because I do bring off because of a lack of form, and some I have to bring off for a lack of fitness. Either way, I tell them either way why I've brought them off, and so that they know exactly, if they haven't performed or they haven't done much throughout the game, then I'll be taking you off. And that's why I took you off. But that wasn't the case with Asa and Mox.
So we look ahead to a relatively local match against Weymouth on Saturday. Neither team's a million miles away from each other in the league table, so it's probably going to be a bit of a battle. Wouldn't be a bad time to re-establish that impressive away form that we've had up until recently.
Yeah, it would be a great. I think it's an early 6-pointer. To be honest with you, I do, because if they win, we've got a better goal difference, but they jump on the same amount of points as us, and if we win, then it takes us a little bit further away from the 7 teams that are below us at the moment, and that's what we got to do first now. Get away from those 7 at the bottom and start thinking mid-table, and at mid-table that's when you then try and gain the confidence to start them going for a playoff position. But there's some strong teams up there right now, and we've got to do a lot to get ourselves up there. I think we've got games in us to do that, but as you say, we just need that little bit of confidence, that little spark. 2 or 3 wins on the trot, like we had a couple of weeks ago. You know, where we picked up, was it 7 points in out of 9, and we need to keep doing that as often as possible. But you've got to get that first one first, and Weymouth gives us that opportunity. I think they've lost 3, haven't they, and we've lost 3 on the trot. So we'll have to see what happens.